Okay, here we are at Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog, and I'm with the KTM Macina Cross 10 CX4. Now, when you look on their websites, it looks like European-wise they have maybe 40 models of electric bikes. In the United States, maybe 4. Their website's kind of hard to decipher. Now, I believe these are made in Austria. Now, they sent it to me, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's got that new Bosch system on there. Claimed to be 400 watts. It's a 36 volt system with an 11 amp hour battery. Very clean mid-drive. And when you're riding it, it does feel like it has a throttle interrupt during the shifting, although sometimes it didn't seem to activate. So it'll pound some shifts every now and then. Definitely do some a little bit of grinding back there, but on the whole, it does seem to have a throttle interrupt that works most of the time. Got some nice Schwalbe tires, 700Cs. Of course, that Super Killer racing saddle. And this is kind of a mountain bike, cross bike. It doesn't have the really big mountain bike tires. So, you know, it's a off-road bike. Not really a street bike, but those tires are definitely pretty mellow. Good enough for street use. Got that Sun Tour fork with a solid maxle in there. It's got specced out with some nice pieces. Of course, got your standard Bosch setup, easy to handle, mid-drive. It's got a 1x10 drivetrain on there. And you know, you always get a kick out of these Bosch setups. They got that super small front gear on them. Something going on there. Probably some kind of reduction gear setup. So anyhow, I'll have this for a little while to play with. Do some riding. Fairly comfortable, not really a street bike, more for banging the back roads and the trails. So that's KTM, Bosch setup. Now from what I see, there are some local KTM dealers, but here, you know, in San Diego, but from what I can tell, they aren't really much for the e-bike deal. Now, part of the reason I got hooked into this is at my last e-bike seminar, one of the many vendors brought a KTM, and I'm not 100% sure which one of the local shops it was, but I ended up talking to the reps, and they got me this to do a little testing with. So, it is a true pedelec. There's no throttle. So all your assist comes from pedaling. 20 mile an hour is the limit, so it's basically what they call a Class 1 bike here in California. Most of the extra weight is mounted mid-frame there, pretty low, and that's what gives you really good off-road and jumping handling. Okay, so that's the KTM Macina Cross 10 CX4. More coming up on this soon. Alright, well, thanks for following along Turbo Bob's Bicycle Blog. Like always, do my best to show you what kind of fun I'm having and point out some of the highlights on the different bikes that I get to spend time with.